This is what we're starting with, and this is what you're going to learn in this tutorial. There's lots of fun and easy techniques to learn. I'm going to walk you through every method that I use to cut this head of hair step by step. I've added these diagrams to make it easier for you, and I'll explain everything I'm doing slowly and easily for you to understand. So let's get started. I'm going to use a number 3. That's quite a big number and a good number to start with. It's 10 millimeters. So get the teeth right in at the base and just glide up towards where the kind of ridge is on the head, the bit that sticks out the most. Now that's quite important. I'm going to explain a little bit more about that and what a potential mistake could be later on. It's kind of hard because the hair is so long right now to see this, but I'm just gliding up, and as you can see, as we get the mass of hair out of the way, it's starting to look like something already, and that's been very quick. So teeth right in at the very base and just glide straight up off that ridge. I want to show you a common mistake with this technique. You use a light pressure, but if you continue to use that pressure when you're supposed to be gliding off the head, you'll push in. What we want to do is we just want to glide up and release the pressure, but keep going up the way in the same line. So don't push in towards the head as you begin to lose contact with the head. Just keep gliding along the same line. So it's not taking me long. We've only been at this, a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and we're already clearing the side with the number 3. Now number 3, if you're a beginner, novice, is quite a forgiving number. The shorter that you go with the clipper, the more obvious any mistakes might be. So if you're not comfortable with a short number, start with learning on longer numbers. It's going to be much easier, and if you do make a mistake, you can always take it slightly shorter. So I'll continue round to the left hand side, same technique that I was using on the right hand side. Clear that hair away from behind the ear. Now we're going to do something a little bit more fun. Taper it with a number 2, just slightly lower below this line here, okay? So I'm not going to go up as high as I did with the number 3, just a little bit lower with the 2. And that creates like a neater effect towards the bottom. And if you look at the points of the teeth, I bend them out towards myself. So as I'm gliding up, I start twisting the clipper and the teeth come towards me. And that's the way to think about it. It's like a curving out motion, a gentle curving out motion. Again on this side, just make sure you curve out, and you can slightly see the skin through the number 2 here. Right, little trimmer work. So I'm going to use my comb and just pull it out to the depth of the comb and trim over it. And that's going to blend the facial hair into the head hair. On the ear, just draw using the T of the T-blade of the clipper. Just draw around the hairline. Don't go inside the hairline. This little method's quite good. Flip the comb over onto the ear and just trim away any long hairs. At the back of the neck, this is the nape. You want to cut a really straight line. I'm not going to go round the corner and round the neckline. I'm just going to work my way down because I'm going to make a crazy mistake later, which you're going to get to see, and then I'm going to fix it. It's not something I did intentionally. It was a genuine mistake. But I am going to end up slightly tapering this, so there'll be a little bit to learn. And you can see that even I am infallible after 25 years. I just want to make sure that I don't go too high around the ear because I don't want to create that mud guard look, the operation look. So quite low. We only want to take off the straggly hairs. A 1.5 millimeters, that's just no guard on the machine, and I'm just working my way up now. All I'm doing is I'm just going to flick the clipper into this kind of fluffy stuff on the neck, and brace yourself because the mistake's coming right up, okay? So we've got the number 1, and I'm just brushing this a little bit, trying to make it look a little bit neater. Here we go. There you go. I made a hole in the back of that there. See how it's like, and there I made another one. Why have I done that? I don't know. So what ends up happening is I was trying to brush the bottom just to make it a little bit neater and shorter, and I need to fix this now because I've got a dark patch. So I'm going to go back over there, back to the 0.15, And now I've got this clipper guard. It's a 1.5, which is 4.5 millimeters, and it's slightly longer than a 1, not as long as a 2. And I'm just going to work away at this, pick away at it until it looks blended in. So I just got carried away with that one there. Okay, on to the top, scissor cutting. I always cut on wet hair. And what we want to do is we want to cut this in manageable sections. So I'm going to split like an off-center side part in for a kickoff. Now, comb width, about 1 comb width, that's all we want to pick up. And I'm going to pick up a multitude of sections from the front to the back. You can see I don't have too much, it's manageable. The scissor can cut through it quite easily. And yeah, I was taking too much there. So I'm going to comb this over, step back a little bit, just a comb width worth, and cut across that. The scissor I'm using, this is my own scissor, and it is available in my YouTube shop, and there is a link. It's also available on Amazon. So if you are in the market for scissors, this is a Japanese steel 440C steel convex blade, and it's a 7-inch scissor, and it is available in left and right hand. So check that out down below if it's something you're into. So picking up only what you can manage, and it keeps it much more neat. This will prevent you from getting scissor marks if you keep your sections small. The reason I'm doing this section right down the middle is because I'm going to go left and right of this just now. And then when I do, I need that point in the middle as a reference. Also, if you are new to this, try and get used to having your comb and your scissors in both hands. So I always deposit the comb into my thumb when I'm finished with it. You can watch that if you're new to barbering, just watch that. That's me just visualizing where I want the hair to sit. And again, I'm going to do sections from the front to the back. So pick this one up, and I need that reference. Remember I said to you I was going to use the center as a reference. So there's long hair out to the side, and the short hair is in the middle where I already cut. And I always get asked, how do you know how much hair to cut? Well, weigh it up when you're cutting. Move it around, think about how much you would need for a style. And I think that's like the most natural way. It's just visualize how much you want. And I'm visualizing here how much I want to flow over the side. I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, okay, if I've got this hanging over the side, I can get rid of this excess. Now it's going to leave a weight line that I'll need to get rid of, but I'm just going to get rid of this excess now, and I'll deal with the weight line later, well now. So I'm going to pull this out, and I will have a diagram on the other side of the head to show you. But what I'm doing is I'm using my fingers completely vertically here. Okay, so like they're basically going straight up, and I'm pulling the hair out. I'm pulling it back a little bit, and I'm pulling it vertically and cutting the corner off. Anything that's hanging out over there is coming off. The reason I'm pulling it back is because the hair is going to be swept back. I need that flow, so I need to pull it back and then cut it when it's pulled back a little bit. That allows me like to visualize the flow, and I can see how much hair I've got left. Now this is scissor over comb. I love this technique. This particular scissor, 7-inch, is ideal. If you don't have a 7-inch, get a 7-inch scissor for this technique alone. Because it's so long, it will blend in like broad sections. It makes your blending in much more uniform. Just works so much better. Okay, so ideally you want to keep the one blade straight along the spine of the comb, and use your thumb on the other blade. Now, I'm repeating what I did on the right hand side over on the left hand side. All the way to the back. I can see then that I've got good flow, and there's going to be a lot of hair hanging over the edge here. I can see it already. It's almost down to the ear. So I need to sort that out. Let's pick that up and push it over a little bit, right? Yeah, push it over, move the comb over, because we need that flow. We want to see where it's going to sit when it flows. This is excess. I'm not too worried about this, okay? It's going to leave me with some weight, but I'm going to sort that out. Remember I told you I'm going to show you a diagram. So the diagram's coming right up. what we've got is short hair going into long hair, and we need to join it all together like that. So if I pick this up, it's all going to stick out beyond my fingers. So we need to go from short into long, but get rid of all this long stuff that's excess hanging right over. Now, if you're enjoying this video and you really have an appetite for learning barbering right now, on the channel there's a good selection of masterclass videos which I've put together, and if you are a member in the masterclass member section, you can access all of that. Or if you just want to join, support the channel, get early access to new videos, you can join the First in the Chair membership and you'll get access there as well. So I'll keep working my way towards the front here. I am pulling back a little bit. I don't want to pull it straight out. It's called over direction. Now, if I don't over direct, it's going to probably make it too short at the front. Over direction is the subject for another video, really. I do have videos on it on the channel, but not for this video because this is supposed to be basic. Okay, I'm scissor over combing this now. Like I said, try and use your thumb, operate the thumb, and keep one blade still. Now what I'm doing is I'm moving up with the comb and the scissor together. I'm not looking to stay in the one place and just chomp away. I move around. That's what's going to give you a much smoother outcome. So watch this. Move the comb up and keep the blade moving. It makes it much more uniform, much neater, many cuts. Single cuts on straight hair can lead to scissor marks. So I'll just take a little bit, I'm going to show you a way just to make sure your fringe is correct. Now at the back here, again, those corners, right, we're taking them off, but we're not done with that. This is just taking the weight off initially, and I'll work my way around. Let me know if you are getting any cuts like this as a new barber. So scissor over comb, working from the top to the bottom. So what I'm going to do is slide the scissor in, take a section, cut it, work my way down and repeat, and I'm going to keep working my way down towards this occipital bone here at the back. That's the bone that sticks out the most. So just working my way up now, scissor over comb. I'm going to do this dry as well. I would recommend, I mean, I'm doing it wet, that method, using it wet, but I would recommend that scissor over comb, you should do it dry as well. You need to polish your haircut, and I actually think it looks better when you scissor over comb on dry hair. So at the front, I want to make sure that it's even on both sides because I've been sweeping it back and cutting it on either side. So basically just pull it all down, and I'm just going to cut the point on the bridge of the nose there. Looks good. So we can carry on and dry this off. Now, if you were wondering there, where has Michael's hair gone? Recently I was in Turkey for a hair transplant, which actually went really well, but I'm at the stage now where I'm waiting for all my hair to grow in. So watch this space, stay on the channel. I'm going to drop a video on that as well. I've made a good vlog all about it. Something I try to do on the channel is I try to not just cover hair tutorials, I try to dip my toe into every aspect of the industry. So it's meeting other barbers, barber education, product reviews. The main focus is, of course, the education on the channel. So, but you know, if you have an appetite for more, have a look around on my page, and there's so many videos there that you could watch and you might enjoy. Okay, we're at the end of this now. What do you think? Is this achievable? I feel like this is a really basic, simple haircut. Maybe there's a few difficult scissor techniques, but practice makes perfect. You have to practice these things. I think I recovered okay from those 2 holes that I made at the back of the neck. Let me know what you think. I'll see you in my next video.